More lies. Again, Nigerians raged against Meghan for her outrageous statement about her 43% ancestry. Hello everyone. Welcome to the Princess Diana News channel. I think most of you are like me. We've already established that Meghan is definitely the best example of jumping from one train to another. He will actually join any group as long as he believes it will help him achieve his personal goal. From dealing with blacks to the US presidential election, it matters. Now we hear Meghan is 43% Nigerian. She gained public relations, especially during the Invincible Games. You see, Meghan Markle was photographed posing with wounded veterans from Nigeria during Indomitable. But a new analysis suggests Meghan is from Ohio, which is sure to upset some Nigerians. His genealogy DNA test disproved his false claims. Doria Ragland genealogy is now everywhere online. This is easy to find. All of their recorded ancestors, both before and after the Civil War, came from Alabama, Georgia, and Tennessee. Doria is about 40% white and Meghan's father is all white. So that means Meghan is about 15 to 20% black at most. Chapter This makes sense, right? Meghan's claims about Nigeria are a complete fabrication, and that, my friends, is what cultural appropriation really looks like. So what outright lie could get her what she wants? Didn't that idiot Harry even check his crazy claims? Or, more likely, he just listened to the lie because he thought it would somehow make them money. Chapter So, why is Meghan trying to cater to Nigerians? Well, my friends, the answer is obvious. If you just Google it, you'll find the answer. Nigeria actually has a very large population. It is the most populous black nation on earth. It is also home to the world's second largest film industry and is Africa's center for fashion, technology and creativity. Chapter Nigeria's culture is beautiful. Nigerians are known for their diversity of creative expression. They are known for being energetic and friendly. So I wonder why an opportunist like Meghan Markle would choose Nigeria as her country of origin. Oh, I think I understand. She chose Nigeria because it was essentially new to the country. She uses Nigeria because they are new to Invictus. Now, if she tried this whole legacy thing with the other teams, they'd laugh in her face. She believes that Nigeria, as an African country, would welcome the support of some celebrities like her, and she would then have the opportunity to bond with them. Chapter Well, she is related. She is perfect for all the hustlers out there because there are a lot of hustlers in Nigeria, and I know there are a lot of good people out there, but let's be honest, we all know this Nigerian prince, don't we? Meghan is also eager to compete in a competition where she can fit in. Recall that a few years ago Meghan claimed that she was actually from Malta but decided to abandon this false claim. So now she believes she will join the booming, bustling country of Nigeria because she believes maybe they can finally take her where she wants to go, right at the top. Oh, yes, Meghan Markle has finally found the place she really belongs. This white woman with those chicken legs and the spray-painted orange face has found her new identity, for the moment at least. I swear, that woman changes her race about as often as she changes clothes. And let's not forget the never-ending remaking of Meghan's image, her latest soapbox charity that she's gonna talk about, her new impressive ambitions, and how could we forget the most offensive of all, Meghan Markle's truth for the moment. Now, there are a few different reptiles Meghan Markle really resembles. He is a snake, he sheds crocodile tears, and he is a chameleon. Whatever she thinks will benefit her at the time, well, she will. And since he has drawn this race card many times, he decided that it must be 43% of Nigeria. I mean, we couldn't do it if we tried. And how can we forget that Meghan said she wasn't even treated as a black woman until she became a member of the royal family? Shame, 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 they say, that they made a name for themselves after the people who welcomed him. This woman has so much nonsense that I can barely keep up with it. Every day brings out something new. Even Mrs. She says she is laying the groundwork to enter politics. What a horrible thought. Meghan just made it up based on the fantasy world she was in. But she has no talent and no work ethic. Chapter It seems that her dream will never come true. It reminds me of the disgusting sight in South Africa when Meghan danced with women, said she was their sister, and then went home and said horrible things to this beautiful country. She calls the place where they live a housing project. She lied about the fire, and her stories became more and more ridiculous each time she told them. She lied again and said Africans danced in the streets for Meghan Markle just like they danced for Mandela because Meghan married Harry. I have no idea what Meghan Markle was smoking when she revealed this news, but gosh, I guess I'll never need it. But when Meghan returned home, she did nothing to support them. She never sent them a penny. The word salad rhetoric and hypocrisy we see from Meghan is relentless. He doesn't love anyone but himself, and I've been saying this for more than a year. He and Oprah used these African countries. They used them to make money. Of course, people will be upset because it's wrong, it's immoral, and the charity doesn't get the money. I mean, can you imagine Oprah or Meghan donating to these charities? I'm just waiting for these states and the Bureau of Land Management to realize what they have done. Chapter I mean, she did a lot of terrible things to black people and white people. He is such a hateful and divisive person. I hope WME charges her a fortune to represent her because they really put their reputation on the line with their decision to sign her. Meghan's money is now gone and she can't get a job, and she won't find another rich idiot to fund her lifestyle. Just because she spends a lot of money on her clothes doesn't mean they actually look good on her. And I really don't know how WME gets paid. I mean, I know some agencies that charge a percentage based on the work they do for their clients. Customers don't usually pay up front, but I don't really know how that works. I know WME is just part of a larger group of media organizations. Of course, they will have access to some very important figures in all areas of entertainment. I'm pretty sure WME is behind Meghan and some of these concert photos. I'm just guessing, but it's probably true. However, I believe that WME can take care of Meghan. But the problem will always be the same. Meghan insists on doing things her way. He never listens to advice, even if it comes from people who give him advice. However, I can't wait to see what happens with WME, because if this deal goes through, I can't imagine Meghan has anywhere else to go at this point. Looks like WME is their last resort. I mean, I don't know. Maybe someone else wants to sign him, but I don't know why. Meghan Markle is like a disease that won't go away. She lied about the weirdest things. She would lie even if the truth was public knowledge, so the lie would be obvious. Meghan was caught lying, and she continues to lie. So I don't know if the problem is that she can't tell the difference between her fantasy world and reality, or if she just doesn't care. You know, no one likes to be taken advantage of, and Africans are no exception. Magna uses them to draw attention to itself. She uses them to make money and identify with something meaningful, while the African gains nothing. Well, that's enough to make most people uneasy. Let's see how powerful BLM is. Meghan made the most of them. I wish they would just tell him what it is. And you, what do you think of Meghan Markle's desperate tactics? Let me know in the comments and we'll talk more about him and his shameless lies. And of course know that I can't wait to discuss your comments in our next video. But now I want to spend a few minutes talking about some of the comments you left for us in the last video. 3/4 of Britons have called for Harry to be removed from the line of succession and for Meghan to be stripped of her title. Chapter OK, first comment from Calico. 3/4 of Americans may not have heard of or be interested in Harry and Meghan. A more accurate explanation of how Americans view these two men can be found in South Park. Thank you so much for your comment, Calico. I'm glad you enjoyed this episode of South Park as much as I did. Chapter is very interesting. I agree with your opinion. This is the Meghan and Harry that most Americans know. This made me laugh so hard. For a second, we have Sue Clark. Didn't Harry once say he didn't want to be king and neither did anyone else? If so, then he should only ask to be removed from the line of inheritance. So that's a great point that I mean, yes, Harry said it. He said his father and brother were captured, while Harry, you're dear. Free now, so why not just cross yourself off the list? Because you know you don't want to be king anyway. Thanks again for the advice, Sue. Next, I would like to share Cecilia's comment. Cecilia says that Harry admitted in his book that he thought about killing his father. Is it not enough to disown him and deprive him of his titles? You thought so? We also received several responses to this comment. It's a betrayal, Sherry says. How does a son threaten his parents? Hey Sherry, I think you and I know each other. Sick, confused. Oh, just like Harry. Miss AK also makes sense. She said, once upon a time, there was a famous queen, Anne Boleyn, who was accused of treason for thinking about the king's death. I wonder if Harry knew. Probably not. That I feel like he's not a very good student of history. An excellent historical reference book. Thank you, Miss AK. I see Kate London is back, which brings us to another insightful and interesting review. Thanks, Kate. Kate said, I think King Charles should just change his website to make it clear that Harry is no longer eligible for the throne and change the patent to show that you have to be a British resident to hold the title of prince or have a duke. See Harry Mountbatten Windsor. Parliament can do whatever it wants. But the king must explain where he is. I don't think Parliament should act against the king's wishes regarding his family. It will probably be very popular with people. Parliament has no choice but to agree to this. It's not 2020 anymore. Even Harry himself came out and said that the royal family is not racist. And most importantly, the Sussexes bombed in America. Certainly. The Sussex team will be unhappy, but they are a tiny minority of the 12-year-old girls who are laughing. The Queen is dead. The coronation of King Charles is over. The Sussexes' PR stunt puts the Kardashians to shame. Just take the titles, save King Charles and the monarchy from these two. Kate, your comments are always great and this one is no exception. You are absolutely right. I don't understand why the king can't see that. This Annie Scott comment also made me laugh. Gosh, why would anyone want Meghan to be part of the royal family and the monarchy? Would be the world's first queen. What a shame for the British. Charles just didn't understand that this would happen if he didn't wake up. He certainly didn't do what his mother the Queen expected of him, but maybe he didn't want to do what the Queen wanted. You all need to wake Charles up. I think most of us agree with you, Annie. I mean, the thought of Meghan Markle as a princess is one of the most terrifying things I can imagine. And what does the king do? Why doesn't he act? Well, I think in some ways his hands are tied, but there are also ways for him to at least make his relationship known, as Kate said. Chapter anyway, thanks again for your comment, Anne. I also love the comment below, written not by Monroe, but by Harry and his mattress Meg, who escaped the British royal family. Permanent. King Charles, what would your father do in this situation? Take a page from Prince Philip's book. I wish Prince Philip would do something or say something. Anyway, don't forget to click the like button before you go and send this video to everyone who will like it. Thank you very much for your attention. Don't forget to subscribe and we'll get back to you tomorrow.